You know, I live a pretty happy life. I have a wonderful family, great friends, I'm healthy, kinda. But of all the things I've been blessed with, I have to say the best thing is by far my collection of special plastic. Just look at this. To tell me this isn't amazing! I've loved special edition products since the day I gained consciousness, and specifically, I am a bit of a goblin for handheld consoles, which is probably not surprising if you've watched any of my videos. Over the years, Nintendo has released so many cool special edition consoles, and I have spent a lot of money on them. But in my opinion, the best era of special editions came during the 3DS era, and today I want to talk about my favorite special edition 3DSs that I have spent my hard-earned money on, or plan to spend my hard-earned money on. The first 3DS that I want to take a look at today is actually a new 2DS XL, which, quick tangent, but I didn't realize so many people hated this console. I feel like every time I bring up the fact that I like the new 2DS XL, there is always someone that says, "LaiyenZ, you stupid idiot, the thing sucks because it breaks too easily," which honestly, I do somewhat understand, since the thing is pretty flimsy, but also at the same time, what the hell are you doing with your new 2DS XL to make them break so often? Okay, sorry for that tangent. As for the special edition console that I want to talk about, there's a bit of a funny story with it, since I originally bought this thing for a video over a year ago, and then I never made the video. But now is a relevant time for me to bring this back because of a certain little movie. Yeah, it's the Creeper new 2DS XL. I originally bought this thing since I wanted to make a video on weird Minecraft merch, so I bought a bunch of random junk, like this gassed RC helicopter and this blue sheep plush from Minecon, but the highlight of my purchases was obviously this new 2DS XL. The console was released on August 2nd of 2018, and it even came with a digital copy of Minecraft. Now, personally, I own a Japanese version of this console since it was the cheapest thing I could find on eBay, and at the time I paid around $185, which is a steal looking back on it, because these things are selling for absurd prices now, and I don't know if it's because of Jack Black or because the 3DS is goated. Or maybe both. The design of the console is not anything special, it's just a creeper, but I love the small details on it. For example, the shell has a bit of a texture rather than just being smooth like a new 2DS XL. Now I will say, compared to most of the other consoles that I'm going to be talking about in this video, this special edition wasn't exactly hard to find, since it was a regular retail release that was sold in basically every major country, but as someone that is hyper-fixated on both Minecraft and the 3DS, this is right up my alley. Back to my console specifically, it does have a bit of wear and tear on it, so that's probably why I got it on a discount, and also, it kind of has a weird smell. And I don't know why, but it's had this stench and it hasn't gone away in over a year of me owning it, even after multiple attempts to clean it. So I guess my console is diseased. I don't know. Nonetheless, even with the strange stench, this has been a wonderful addition to my collection. Now, I will admit, I never play on it, since I only play on my regular new 2DS XL, but being able to stare at this on my shelf makes my brain tingle. The next special edition that I have adored and have wanted to buy for years now is another very relevant console to talk about due to recent events. Yup, it is none other than the Tomodachi Collection 3DS LL. I have had this console on my long list of dream purchases for years now, and for whatever reason, I have not pulled the trigger on getting it. I even saw the console while I was in Japan, but the hard off I was visiting was selling it for an absurd price, and also I had other consoles that I was prioritizing at the time. As for this console, it was released on April 18th of 2013, and sadly was only sold in Japan. However, Europe did get this Tomodachi Life 3DS XL bundle, but it isn't exactly a special edition since it is just a pink 3DS XL. The box is cool though. Back to this console, the design is super simple, but that's also the reason why I like it so much. The focal point of the design is obviously these light blue text bubbles that are scattered all across the console, and each text bubble has a unique texture / design to it. My favorite little detail about this console is something you'll notice on the back, and that's that the information that usually is on the back of your 3DS is actually placed within these text bubbles. This is obviously a super minor detail that probably goes unnoticed by 99% of people, since everyone covers the back of their console with their hands anyways, but I find it to be such a thoughtful addition to the design. As for how much this console is going for nowadays, it's not as expensive as you would expect, and I've been able to find some decent deals on eBay. For example, I found this console for $180, and it even had free shipping and free returns all the way from Japan. Now, if you wanted a console that came with the box, that would cost you a little bit more. For example, I saw listings ranging from around $220 all the way up to $540. Personally, I'm always looking at this console online, but I don't know when I'm actually going to end up buying this thing, and to be honest, I'm a bit scared that the price is going to go up due to the recent announcement of Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. But also, part of me wants to wait until the next time I'm in Japan to buy this, since that feels like a bit more of a personal and special occasion, rather than just buying it on eBay. Speaking of Japanese exclusive 3DS consoles, the next console that I want to talk about is the Year of Luigi 3DS LL. You may be thinking, LaiyenZ, that isn't a Japanese exclusive console, since I remember there was a Year of Luigi 3DS that released in the US with a copy of Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Well, yeah, you are partly correct. There was a Year of Luigi 3DS released in the US, but this is not the console that I want to talk about. Instead, I am in love with this beauty. This Year of Luigi 3DS LL was originally released on April 17th of 2013 and came pre-installed with a copy of Dream Team, like the counterpart console we got here in the States. To this day, I have no clue why the US did not get this special edition and instead got the way lamer silver 3DS with both Mario and Luigi on it. Of course, there are some people that like this console, and I don't blame them. It's nice and simple, but for the Year of Luigi, this is not enough Luigi. But this is. The console has a bunch of different Luigi silhouettes plastered all over it, and they're all in different shades of green. And the spread of Luigis is not limited to just the top of the console, since the back also has a bunch of Luigis on it. Similar to the silver console, the back has a Year of Luigi badge to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Luigi's existence, and of course, as someone who loves tiny little details, I highly appreciate that Nintendo did this. Also, I know this isn't exactly a part of the console, but I adore the box for this special edition, since the Luigis that are on the console itself also spread across the box, and I think this just adds to that special edition experience that you look for when you're buying one of these things. Now, the price range for this console, if you wanted to buy one in 2025, has a very wide range, since you can find a loose one for under $200, but then a boxed version can reach over $400. Similar to the Tomodachi Collection 3DS, I always find myself contemplating buying this console online and succumbing to my temptations of owning it so I can put it on my shelf. But also, I'm not exactly in a rush to buy it, and I rather wait for the opportunity to get it in person. Alright, so I've talked about 3 really cool special edition 3DSs, and although 2 of them are exclusive to Japan, none of these are exactly hard to find, since when they originally released, they were available in normal retail stores, and nowadays you could just go on eBay and buy them for a decent price. But this final console that I want to talk about is not that easy to get. The Pokémon Battle Trozy Limited Edition 3DSs. These consoles were originally released in March of 2014 when the Pokémon Battle Trozy or Trozy game was released, and they are some of the rarest 3DS systems in existence. Now, at first glance, you're probably thinking that these 2 consoles are not that special, but oh my, you are so wrong. Not only were both of these exclusive to Japan, but they were also only made available through limited time promotions. First, the white model was given to winners of a competition held by the Pokemon Daisuki Club, which is a Japanese Pokemon fan club, and there were only 4 of these ever produced. As for the design of the console, it is super simple. Across the top of the shell, there are different icons from the Battle Trozy game, and although some may feel that this is a very bare bones design for a super limited edition console, I actually think that less is more, since this design is so clean. We have starters from different games, we have some Gen 6 Pokemon, and then the slightly larger icons are Mewtwo, the Gen 6 legendaries, and of course, Charizard, because we can't go anywhere without some Charizard representation. Now, the black variation of this console is slightly different in both design as well as the method of getting it, since it was actually a part of a promotion that ran by CoroCoro magazine in 2014. Also, there were only 5 made. Yeah, both of these things are quite possibly some of the most exclusive 3DS systems ever, and funny enough, the designs are so damn simple to the point that you could probably just make a DIY version of them if you own a white or black 3DS XL. Between the 2 models, I have to say that I prefer the black one because it has the Gen 1 starters and a bunch of legendary Pokemon on it, rather than random Pokemon scattered all over the place. Now, when it comes to the price of these consoles, I genuinely have no clue whatsoever, since I hunted all over the place to find at least one listing, but since there are only 5 and 4 of these in the world, it is basically impossible for me to find them online. But if you know someone that owns one, or you do own one and want to be a nice person, you should donate it to me. Okay, thank you all so much for watching this very random video. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe so this number can become very large and I can become a better person. Comment down below what your favorite special edition 3DS is. I would really love to hear what you all have to say. And also, don't forget to check out some of my past videos. I think you will really enjoy them. And finally, once again, make sure to subscribe. Alright, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all eventually.